I think it's great to have one of these joint programs between NIU and also ICL. Yeah, I mean, the idea today is basically show you a little bit about the school, you know, what the program look like, what's gonna happen when you arrive here in New Zealand. You know, all those questions about like, you know, benefits, you know, schedules, things like that is something that we're gonna talk about today. So I think I'm gonna go like into the presentation. You know, if you have any question, maybe you can raise your hand, just to make this a little bit easier. So it's not just me talking all the time. So, you know, if you have any question during the presentation, I'm happy, like if you raise your hand so we can have a discussion about what I'm talking about. About me, about myself, yeah, as Sarah says, my name is Sergio. I'm originally from Spain. I was a student myself in New Zealand like a few years ago. I came to study also a master's degree, and then yeah, I found a way, you know, to stay in New Zealand, and I'm currently a permanent resident. About my role in ICL, I'm the marketing manager, and I basically manage markets like Russia, obviously, and also Latin America and Spain. So yeah, now hopefully, you know, this webinar helps you, and yeah, I'm gonna start with the presentation. So as I said, like ICL Graduate Business School is not just one school. We are part of an educational group. Just to give you an idea, we've got 4 schools in our educational group at the moment. ICL Business School, where you're going to study when you come here to New Zealand. And we also have some other English schools like Auckland English Academy or Bridge International College. But overall, just to give you an idea, we're one of the largest education groups in New Zealand. We are 30 years old, and all of our schools are what we call NCQA Category 1. Basically NCQA is organization who categorize you know, the schools in New Zealand depending on quality and all those things. So being Category 1 the best one, which is very good, and we are very proud of it. What else? Where are we based? I mean, for the ones you don't know, we're based in Auckland, okay, in the CBD, in the city center of Auckland. If you know a little bit about Auckland, we've got the Sky Tower, which is probably the most, you know, famous building that we've got here in the city. It's probably the most iconic one. We're just like 5 minutes walking from the Sky City. So yeah, I mean, very central, okay, so very convenient, you know, for anyone living around the city. So when you arrive here, I will suggest you live around the city, around the city center. Auckland is a big city. It's around like 1.5 million people. So it's not massive. It's not probably like Moscow or something like that. But yeah, still a big city. So I will suggest you live around the city center. So it's very convenient for you to go to school when you have to. Okay, you won't need to go to school every day. Okay, but you need to go to school probably two to 3 times per week. Okay, we will talk about a little bit about that later. Obviously, as a school, we are not only at school, what we offer our MBI, which is the program that I'm going to study. We also offer, you know, masters in management. We also offer, you know, postgraduate programs related to education as well. So yeah, I mean, we've got a lot to offer in the school, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see you studying our MBI. Okay. Talking about, oh, actually, I'm going to do, yeah, I think now it's better, probably. So yeah, I mean, talking about the joint program and how it's going to look like when you come here. I mean, as you know, I mean, obviously all of you are currently studying the online program with NIU, which I believe is around like 6 months long. And once you finish the program, you're going to be eligible, you know, to apply for our 1-year master program. And you're going to be allowed to come and study for 1 year with us in New Zealand. Okay. Obviously you need to apply for a student visa. And I believe that, you know, like Search is gonna be like looking after that. Okay. But yeah, just to show you a bit like what the course look like, depending on, you know, the intake, you're gonna come and you're gonna start your program, because we've got like 6 different intakes during the year, and depending on the intake, the schedule might be a bit different. So currently we've got the weekend option and we also have the evening option. For example, the evening option will be around 2 to 3 days per week of face-to-face class, and that will be Monday to Friday in the evening. Okay, that will be the evening option. Then you've got the weekend option, which will be Friday evening, and then you will go to school Saturday full day. So it will look like, 9 a.m. to probably like 3 p.m. Okay, so depending on the intake, the schedule will be the weekend or the evening one. So before you decide which intake you want, maybe you can check with search. I can also, I believe I've shared with you this before, but I can share you our index document so you can see, like, for example, if July is going to be an evening or a weekend schedule, or September is going to be a weekend or evening schedule. Okay, but yeah, roughly you're going to be studying 2 to 3 days per week, and it's going to be around 12 hours, okay, per week. Okay, what you are going to have of face-to-face class. Our program is not based in exams, it's based in assignments. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of work at home. Okay, but it's not going to be about exams in the master program. Okay, yeah, and obviously between the NIU program and our program, this joint program will be in total 180 credits. Okay. One of the best things of coming to study in New Zealand, especially when you study a master, is going to be all the benefits you get, okay, after studying and after you graduate from the program. Okay. At the moment in New Zealand, when you study a master program, once you finish it, okay, you are eligible to apply for a 3 years post-study work visa. Okay, so when you apply, so when you, for example, when you finish the program, okay, you're gonna study on a student visa for a year, which allows you to work as well part-time. Okay, but when you finish, you're gonna be eligible to apply for this postgraduate work visa, which allows you to work full-time for those 3 years, which is very good, because obviously working full-time in New Zealand will open you the door, to work in a professional job, and you will probably find a way to find a sponsor, and probably later stay long-term in New Zealand. If you have a partner, your partner can apply for a partner visa as well, which is something very interesting. So that means that your partner can come and can join you, on your student visa, and your partner will be applying for one visa called partner visa, which allows the partner to work full time during not just during your student visa, also during those 3 years of post-study work visa after your program. Okay, which would be probably the partner is going to be the one with the best visa, because the partner is going to be the one allowed to work full time during your student visa, and also full time as well during the next 3 years on the post-study work visa. Okay, if you have children, your children can join the partner visa as well, and they can study as locals, which means that they don't pay international fees, which is very interesting. So basically the domestic students, the local students, they will study for free. And the most interesting thing is now in New Zealand, there is a point system to apply for the residence here. Okay, basically in New Zealand right now, they ask you to get 6 points to be able to apply for residence here in New Zealand. Maybe you're asking yourselves, how can you get these points? You can get points in 2 ways. You can get points through work experience in New Zealand, okay, and also you can get experience through studies. To give you an idea, when you study a master program, you will get 5 of those 6 points. Okay, so you are only 1 point away when you finish the master program to be able to apply for the residence in New Zealand. During those 3 years of post-study work visa, when you can work full-time, if you get 1 year of experience, of work experience related to, like to your background, probably business, something related to informatics, you will be able to get that extra point. You will get the 6 points, and you'll be eligible to apply for the residence in New Zealand, which is very, very interesting. Okay, that's why, masters have been very popular at the moment in New Zealand. Any questions about this? I'm doing a lot of talking. If you have any questions, just let me know. Everything clear? I don't know if you might find difficult my Spanish accent, or you all understand it? Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on. Perfect. Awesome. So, okay, what do you know? What do you need to apply for this program? Obviously, once you graduate from ANIU, you will need to do an application to apply for our master program. Basically, what we require is what you see in the slide. We will request your CV, ideally in English, please. Copy of passport. There will be an ICL application form that you will need to fill and sign. Any information about your graduation certificates, your transcripts, with all the results of your papers of each program that you have studied in the past. We will require as well evidence of English, which unfortunately, we need to be very strict with the English because we are regulated by NCQA. There's no, unfortunately, we need to be strict, and it has to be 6.5 and no band below 6. Okay, that's for IELTS. We will need to have the other certificates in equivalent score. Okay. I believe that some of you, like Serge told me, that you are currently working on your English certificate. So yeah, hopefully we can receive it soon and we can issue your unconditional offer. Also, to be able to apply for a visa in New Zealand, it's necessary. So not to apply, sorry, to be able to get the visa granted in New Zealand is necessary to apply pay for the course. Okay, so you need to have an unconditional offer from our school, from ICL, and you need to have evidence of payment that the course has been paid. Okay, this is not a requirement from the school, it's a requirement from immigration. Okay, so basically when you apply for your student visa, they will require you an unconditional offer from the school, just providing that you've been accepted in the program, and then you have to provide also evidence of payment, something to prove that you've paid the program. Okay, basically that. So unfortunately, we cannot offer payment plans for this because of immigration. All right. Okay. Like Serge asked me to talk a little bit about how we will support you when you are here studying with us. Okay, because it's very nice to have that post-study work visa, to then find a job. But obviously, you will need to have a little bit of background and a little bit of guidance, to find especially some professional jobs here in New Zealand. What we do in the school, so basically, to give you an idea, we are a school category 1, so you don't need to be worried about the quality of teaching. Okay, obviously we need to keep some standards, to stay as category 1 by NCQA. So you can be sure of that you're not going to have any. Have a support team. Basically, if you have any problem and you need any assistance in the school, you can come to reception and you can talk to one of our support members that will be happy to assist you. Okay, we've got people who speaks Russian in the school, not myself, but we've got other people who speak Russian. Especially we've got some teachers from Russia who will be happy to help you if you are struggling with English, which I don't think so, because you need to have IELTS 6.5 to come to New Zealand. But anyway, if you need to talk to someone from Russia, we'll have some people in the school, so no worries about it. Reception is available pretty much Monday to Saturday, or Monday to Friday is between 8:30 to 9 p.m. Because basically the school is running from early in the morning to around 9:30 every day, Monday to Friday, because we've got not only our business students, we also have some English students in the school. Okay, we basically have a big building in the Auckland city center. Okay, so we've got plenty of capacity. Just to give you an idea, right now in our school, I think we are around 2,600 students. We've grown a lot since COVID. we're very happy of it. Yeah, hopefully we can welcome more resident students. As you can see in the slide, we are currently offering seminars as well, to put you in contact with professionals. So for example, this is one one seminar we offer to students on the 9th of April this year. As you see, those seminars are completely free, and the idea is just put you in contact with some professionals, with the same background as you, to help you and guide you about finding a job in New Zealand, and and help you with your development. Okay. We are also planning to do one job fair every year. Okay, I think we are going to have one in this coming July. I don't think you will see that one because I don't think you'll be in the school yet, but we're planning to have more job fairs in the future to bring recruiters, to bring employers, so you how to find a job here in New Zealand, and help you and assist you with that process here. All right. And finally, I mean, we've got a job club as well, especially at the beginning, because when you come on a student visa, you might need to find like different jobs, maybe not related to your background, but it's something very common when you are on a student visa and you can only work part-time. But yeah, we've got a job club to help you to find a job here. I think we're running that job club every month. I think it's the first Thursday of every month. You are more than welcome to join us. We help the students to design the CV. We help you how to apply and where to apply to different jobs. And yeah, I mean, it's very important, the CV here in New Zealand, from my experience, especially because, like in each country, I'm going to show you a little example. For example, in Spain, it's very common to show a photo of yourself in your CV, but here in New Zealand, it's something not common. So yeah, obviously it depends on every country. Probably in Russia it's different, and you do the CV in certain way. But yeah, I mean, it's something that we are more than happy to help you. I'm very sorry, I cannot read your name because I don't speak Russian. So there is a man with glasses. Yeah, you're yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm okay. I have a question about assistance with finding job. You mean is the university assist in finding while we are studying, right? You mean
Correct.
that part-time
Yeah.
job?
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, I mean, we cannot assure you that you're going to get a job in New Zealand because obviously we've got more than 2,000 students in the school, so we cannot like find a job to everybody. But what we do in the school is we help you, we guide you, like to find a job, like how to prepare the CV, or websites where you can apply for jobs. Actually, as a part-time worker, when you are on a student visa, it's very common to work in other things like hospitality, for example, events, stuff like that. It's very common for a student to do that. We'll help you to find those kind of jobs because obviously we've got people. For example, myself, I've been in your position before. When I first came here, I work in hospitality. I work with kids, for example, at the beginning, before I found my first professional job. So we've got a lot of people in the school who has been in your position, and will help you and guide you with, that process of finding a job in New Zealand. So no worries.
Okay, thanks. And one more question, if I can.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the payment. What is the sequence of payment? Actually, we finished for a new university where we
that's
study
gonna
now.
be.
Then we get offer from ICL, right? And after that we pay before taking
Correct.
visa.
Actually, I think you can do it both ways.
After taking the visa.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, how you do it is you will finish your program with NIU. Once you finish it, you will apply for ICL Education Group. We will give you an unconditional offer. I mean, to be unconditional, you need to also prove us your English certificate. Okay. Once we get that, we'll issue the unconditional offer. And once you get the unconditional, you can apply for your visa. If you apply without paying the course, it's completely fine, but your visa is going to be approved in principle. So basically, immigration will say to you, okay, we approve your visa, but you need to prove us that you've paid the course. So that's when you come and you pay the course to us. Okay, that's kind of like the process. Okay. In my next, sorry, yeah.
And we directly pay to the institute, right, without any third parties.
Ideally, yes. I mean, it's up to you. Like you can do it through search or your your agent or whoever. But yeah, you can pay directly to us if it's easier. I was gonna show you in the next slide. Give me a second, because we've got actually two options right now for payments. Okay, basically we've got international transfer. So in the unconditional offer we're gonna send you, there are all the bank details, okay, for bank transfer. So that's an option. Okay, you can, I don't know if you're aware of it, but you can use platforms like Wise, NextPay, PayPal. We have received payments from all those platforms, so that's completely fine. And the other option, which is easier, we can provide you a credit or debit card authorization form. So basically, you give us your details of the card, and we will charge you here in the school. Okay, that's basically how it works.
Thanks.
No worries. There is another person, not Ivan, the other one that I cannot read the name. Sorry.
Hello, Sergio. I've got
Hello.
2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is about job seeking. You mentioned that you've been working in hospitality and then switched to professional kind of job, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Is it common way? Is it totally okay for New Zealand employers that you've been working in not professional part-time job like hospitality or maybe waiter or something like this?
Very common, guys. Very common. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about how was my experience, okay, and my process in New Zealand. There's plenty of work in New Zealand. You don't need to be worried about it, okay? So for example, when I first came here and I was a student, and when I only could work part-time, obviously my first jobs were related to, hospitality. I work as a waiter, I work as a bartender. I play football and I had some sort of experience working as a football coach. So I also did some work with kids, like teaching football and stuff like that. Like, let's say like those kind of like no professional jobs, like hospitality or maybe cleaning, or, some people work in events, in supermarkets. Those jobs are very common, for students, because it's fine if you can only work part-time, which means that you can only work up to 20 hours per week. So that's completely fine. Honestly, like we receive like a lot of students every year here. I mean, for some people, it takes only a week to find a job. To some people take, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but everyone, ends up like finding a job. So no worry about that. And then in terms of finding a professional job, honestly, like the biggest problem you've got, like to find a professional job when you are on a student visa, is that you can only work part-time. Imagine if you want to work in a big company and you want to work in an administration or management job. Normally those jobs are full-time. Okay, so normally your student visa will only be for 1 year or even sometimes less than that. So the problem is employees don't employ people on a student visa for full-time roles. It's not common. Okay, so how it works is probably during your student visa, being realistic, you are gonna be doing, all the kind of jobs like, hospitality or things like that, like work jobs more related to be part-time. But once you graduate and you have that open work visa for 3 years, it changes, okay? Because now you can show the employers that you have studied here in New Zealand and you've got a long visa to work for them, and you can also work full-time. So it's not just that you can work full-time, you can also prove them that you can work for them up to 3 years, which is a lot, okay? So that helps you a lot to find a job here. And trust me, there is plenty of opportunities. If your English is kind of okay, and you've got some experience back in Russia, and you have studied something here in New Zealand, honestly, like I don't want to say it's easy, but obviously you have to, work for it as well. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible, definitely possible. So that's my experience, and honestly, I think that's the reality right now. I don't want to tell you that during your student visa you're going to be working in a super professional job, because I don't think it will happen. Maybe yes, maybe no, but there is the probability of doing that it will be way higher once you are graduated and you are on that 3 years post-study work visa. Trust me.
Thank you for answering this question. The second question about payment method. Is it okay to split payment in 3 parts, like one day one part, second day second part, and the third day the third one? Okay,
that's no problem. That's no problem with that. But you need to be sure like it's paid by the time it needs to be paid, for immigration. Okay, I don't mind receiving the payment in 3 times, but you need to be aware that when you apply for the visa and immigration requires that payment receipt from us, the course needs to be paid in full. Okay, but no problem if some people has some limit in the credit or debit card, they can only pay some certain money. If you need to make the payment in 3 times, that's completely fine. No worries.
If conclusion, this part about payment, I mean, all students able to send an ICL some email with this text. Please help us organize payment process. Yep. And ICL part able to organize this process, paying from PayPal, Wise, debit or credit card. Yeah.
Once we receive the money, and if there is something outstanding, because sometimes it happens, you transfer all the money, but because some like bank fees or something, the money doesn't come in full, so maybe there are like $50 outstanding or something, we'll let you know. But if you want to make payment and you want to, for example, pay half of the program and in the next couple of days pay the other half, that's completely fine. We will keep record once we receive the first payment, and then we will issue the payment receipt once we receive the whole amount. Okay, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, this goes is one of the main topic, payment methods. Okay, next question, maybe Svetoslav Slobodyanik. I have a question. Already 20 minutes. Let's go, Svetoslav. Your microphone is not working.
Hello. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Hello, I have a question next. You mentioned actually schedule. So do you remember the, let's say, more concrete information regarding the schedule hours in the evenings, for example, for different intakes, or can you provide any kind of like example? Because it is important, and we would like just to know in advance if it is possible.
No, absolutely. I can confirm on a specific schedule because it changes every intake. Okay, but I can, for example, share with Serge the current schedule that we've got for MBI students of the May intake. We just start one intake now in May. I can show you, for example, what the schedule looks like, okay, for this May intake. But yeah, as I said, like, we've got 2 options there. So the evening one and the weekend one. So the evening one will be 2 to 3 days of class per week, okay, Monday to Friday, and it's going to be in the evening. So it will be 2 to 3 evenings per week. So let's say, for example, it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the evening, okay, from 5 to 9. Okay, so that's how, the schedule normally looks like. It could be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that, okay? But that's how it looks like when it's the evening schedule. The weekend one, it's normally Friday evening from 5 to 9, and then on Saturday from, around 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., okay? You might have sometimes class in Sundays, but that's not normally, so that's not common, okay? But normally it's like that. Like Friday you've got one paper, which is from 5 to 9, and then on Saturday you will do 2 papers and you'll be in the school from around something 9 to 3, okay? But yeah, as I said, it's difficult. I cannot confirm you guys because it depends as well on the number of the students that we've got in the intake. It depends on a lot of things, but I'm happy to share you, like how the schedule looked like in the last couple intakes, so you can have a look at them. I'm happy to do that. I can share that with Serge, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, just for example, for studying this, our students understand for their intake will be other schedule. Okay, Paulina, do you have any question?
Ivan had a question as well. I don't know, like.
No.
No, all good.
Paulina.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, I have a
Hello.
question about language search. Yeah. Do you accept the online version this exam?
I believe, I know like language search is a little bit tricky, but I believe language search online is accepted. Okay, let me confirm you that. Okay, because I'm not 100% sure. We don't accept IELTS online, but I think we accept language search online. Okay, but as I said, let me confirm you that. Okay, because I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But probably yeah. You know, like language search is a little bit tricky.
Sorry, Scarlett already confirmed it.
Yeah, you can, right?
This
okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. Perfect then. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. But we don't accept IELTS online, okay? Because I think it's something that someone asked me before, and I think it was you, Serge, yeah. So we don't accept
Yes,
IELTS
online version just about language search. All other exams, English exams, just face-to-face, not online. Dmitry, please.
Hello, thank you. I'd like to go back one time to the schedule question. Yeah, when I'm applying for the July intake,
Awesome.
yeah, and when should you know the exact schedule for July?
July, it will be probably we'll get the final schedule by the end of June or first week of July. Okay, that will be when we'll get the final schedule. Yeah, because we need to give some time to students to get their visa approved so we can confirm the students. So same as you, like when we get your visa approved, you'll be confirmed. So we kind of know like how many students we're gonna have here.
Okay, thank you. And another question, I would like to consider the homestay for like 4 to 8 weeks. Is this option possible for us?
Yeah, we do. We do have a homestay option. If you want that option, I would suggest you book it in advance, okay? Because I think homestay has to be organized at least with, you know, like 1 month and a half in advance, just because we need to find you the family and all those things. And also we've got another option. So we've got like some sort of residence. So basically it's one residence that we've got 20 minutes away from the school. So it's not far. It's actually quite convenient. It's in a good area, and you can have your own room over there as well. So it's basically like some sort of residence, and you can also book accommodation there for minimum 6 weeks or more. Okay. So that's another option that you can consider. I'm happy to share, like both options with Serge as well, and they can share it with you, and you can just decide what's best for you. Yeah, no problem.
So when my visa would be granted, I could contact you and we'll talk about the homestay or residence.
Actually, like if you want, I'm gonna leave you here my email. Okay, for if you have any specific question that you want to ask me related to the program, I'm happy to assist you. So here is my email. I just put it here in the chat. Okay, so just keep it with you. For those things, accommodation, any specific question you've got, you can feel free to send me an email. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Dmitry, when you get your visa, you will send me your visa, and I will resend an ICL. and everything will be okay. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. We'll assist you with that.
Okay.
No problem.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Next
Awesome.
question, guys. I remember you have a lot of question about studying about lecturer, professors, about topics, and studying education topics. Let's go.
Don't be shy, guys. No worries. Now, honestly, if you've got any other question, no stress. If you got any other question in the coming days, you can send me an email, especially if it's something academic, something related like to an academic thing. You can maybe send me an email. I think it's gonna be better because if I'm honest, I don't work in the academic department. I work in the marketing one, so I have some knowledge about the program, but I think it's best if that's answered by the appropriate person, not me. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to forward your question to someone else and they can assist you with that. Yeah. Well, perfect. No questions. All clear. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I mean, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me. I hope like all this like gave you a better idea about the program and like I answer like most of your questions. And yeah, as I said, like any other question, just send me an email or you can ask me the question through search. That's completely fine. I'm very looking forward to see you all in the school. I think I'm quite excited about this joint program. You're gonna be the first student joining us from the joint program. Hopefully it goes well, and yeah, just come and say hi when you're in the school. Yeah, hopefully I can see you all here. All right.
Thank you for your
Nice to
time.
see you,
Thank you,
Sergio. Thank you
Nice to meet you
for
too,
your
yeah.
presentation, for your time. Bye-bye. And guys, we can continue our discussion and saying ciao to Sergio.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Nice
thank
to
you.
meet you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.